guys. I need to color my hair really, really bad, and I felt like recording with my Shop My Stash, that's a tongue twister for me, with my Shop My Stash stuff today. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw on a wig and we're gonna roll with it. So hopefully you don't mind. I'm wearing a wig today. Obviously, anyone who knows me knows I don't have anywhere near this much hair. And I mean, it's not like it's a great wig, so I think it's pretty obvious it's a wig. But we're just gonna have fun because that's what this channel is all about. So let's do it. So I have my Shop My Stash stuff out in front of me here. The stuff that I'm not using today is still in its container. But then I have everything else sitting out in front of me. So that's what we're gonna use. And I thought I would do like a pretty simple eye look. Also something too, I'm gonna use this Private Society Cosmetics Girl Boss palette. And I never use the brushes that come in things like the ABH palettes or anything. I never use them, ever. I don't know why, they just fall out every time I try to use it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna use this brush today. So I'm thinking between this palette today and this Haus Laboratories liquid shimmer powder in Crystal Remedy, I am going to just do a look. And I thought maybe I would do kind of like a little bit of a simple like halo eye because I haven't done something like that in a long time. So let me throw on my eyeshadow primer and we can get started. I'm going to go ahead and throw these lovely locks behind me here so they're out of my way. I mean, I'm always excited to do eye looks, so, you know, eyeshadow really is the most fun part to me of my makeup. However, I am excited today to be using the face products that I'm using because I'm going to be using a foundation that I haven't used in a long time, and do some things with application that I haven't been doing in a long time. So I'm excited to just, you know, do something a little bit different. So I think what I'm going to do is for this palette, you know what, this might be too big for what I'm trying to do, this end, but I'll use the other end. I'm going to go ahead and use, oh, this was something that I noticed too. When I got my Ipsy bag for August, I got this Firma 204 brush in there, and it looked familiar to me. Well, that is because I have another Firma 204. It's just in a different, you know, like the handle and ferrule and stuff are different. This one's, I think it's wood. Yeah, it looks like it. So yeah, it's the same brush, which I like that brush, so I'm good with having another one like it. But I just thought that was kind of funny because I'm like, it seemed familiar, so I got to investigating and discovered why. Okay, I'm actually going to use this little Bella Pierre eyeshadow brush because it's smaller and I can get into, I don't know what is on my eyelid right there. All right, here too. What is on me? Who even knows? But I'm going to go ahead and use that Moneymaker shade right here and just go ahead and put that at the inner and outer corners to begin a halo eye. I realize right now I look like I got punched in the face, but I'm going to go ahead now and take this Girl Boss brush and I'm going to buff this out and bring it over so it meets across the top. Okay, still not there. Don't judge yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the liquid shimmer powder now, and I like to just pop some of that on, and I like to work with one eye at a time. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use one of those Firma brushes like I was talking about, and just kind of spread it out. Kind of in a padding sort of motion. I went over a little far on that side, but guess what? I'm not going anywhere, so we're just playing. And then I'm gonna keep my eye kind of like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye the same. Okay, now that it has dried, I'm gonna come back and do a little more over there. And then back to the other. Okay, and now I'm going to come back into the palette and I'm going to go into this First Class shade, which is just really light over here, and use that to blend out around the edges of that brown so that it's not all harsh like it is at the moment. Okay, so we're going to leave the eyes there for now. I went ahead and put on this Murad Oil and Pore Control Mattifier Broad Spectrum SPF 45 on my face. And I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is shade 103 Natural Buff. Might be a little bit light for me right now. I'm not sure because I haven't tried it in a long time. And we are going to see, I am applying with the sponge. Yeah, if you're, you know, used to being around here and seeing me do makeup, I never use a sponge. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I used a sponge. So I figured since this is a, I think they call it a, like a medium, what am I looking for here? Coverage? Yeah. So I typically like a skin tint. Yeah, this is gonna be light, but that's okay. And so I feel like sponges sometimes help sheer out foundation more so than a brush does. So that's kind of why I was like, you know what? I think I will pull out a sponge, see what we can do with that, and try to keep it from being way more coverage than what I want. So we shall see how this goes. Okay, that actually sheared out a lot. And in all fairness, especially because a sponge that's clean, you know, just being used for the first time, they tend to soak up a lot of your product, which is another reason I like brushes, because I like that I feel like I don't, you know, waste product. However, I do want to say this is giving more of the look of like how my Wet n Wild skin tint does, as far as just being a very light coverage. So it's like helping with a little bit of, you know, just evening out, but not being like, oh, I've got, you know, foundation all over my face, because I don't enjoy that look. So I think, should I add a little more? I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. Just kind of in the places where I tend to be a little more red, like my cheeks and my chin. Trying to just get a tiny bit more. Okay. That's always the challenge. I feel like I always end up squeezing out way too much. Now, it's funny because I have very oily skin, but I do notice that a lot of foundations, I feel like, tend to make me look like my skin is kind of dry when I first put them on. So, that is another reason that I thought maybe the sponge would be helpful, because it's damp and just kind of keeps some of that moisturizer. No. Well, I mean, I have moisturizer on too, but moisture in my skin. Okay. I mean, I can definitely see where it's sitting on my face and it looks dry, so I don't like that. But that's the whole name of the game with Shop My Stash. This has been a foundation that I've really liked for a long time, so, you know, I don't know, but I haven't used it in a long time, so that's like a good way to, you know, test it out, see how I'm feeling about it right now. All right, now I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is in, what shade is this? Light. And I'm just going to pop that on to the places where I like a little concealing. And I will also use the sponge to buff that out. I'm thinking these shades are definitely light for me right now because I'm looking a little ghastly, but once I get my, you know, bronzer and stuff on, hopefully that'll chill things out. Something to know about this concealer, I really do like it because I like, and it'll be much better in the, once I like lose all my tan. I love that it's very light. As far as lightweight, not full coverage. Because just like how I don't like full coverage foundation, I don't like full coverage concealer on my skin either. So that I really love. I don't like the way it comes out, like being pumped. I'd much rather have like a doe foot that I can put on exactly the places that I want it. I just find that to be easier, one less thing that I have to touch and have to clean off my hands, whatever. So as far as that goes, like that annoys me, the application of it, but the product itself I really like. I feel like I cannot speak, and that's not really anything abnormal, I guess. So you're probably like, yeah, no, you never can, so get with it, girl. Okay, now I'm going to use the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. And as you know, the good old Coty Airspun is my favorite. It's what I always go back to. But I have these other powders, and I do want to give them a try before I just decide to get rid of all of them. I actually did just set aside a couple of things because I'm going to be, today is Thursday, August 25th, and on Saturday, the 27th, I'm going to be going to my mom and dad's, and my husband and my boys and my sisters, and my soon-to-be daughter-in-law is going to be there too, and yeah, my sisters and my nieces and, you know, my brothers-in-law and all that, and my grandma are all going to be at my mom and dad's, and we're spending the night and stuff. We haven't had a family sleepover in a hot minute, and so I'm super excited about that. And so I thought, you know what, I should go through some of my stuff because I definitely have things that I know I'm not going to use and whatever, even since my last declutter. So I kind of have been going through some of my stuff and have a bag of stuff to take over and see if any of them want it, because there is no sense in keeping stuff sitting here where it's just going to go bad because I'm not going to use it, and you know, someone else might be able to use it and really like it, so that would be dumb to do that. So I went ahead and started a bag of stuff to take over there. Okay, now I'm going to go into, I mean, I like the way it goes on fine. It just doesn't, this doesn't usually keep my oils at bay. That's the thing about the Coty Airspun. It keeps my oils at bay way better than anything else I've used. So that's why I always go back to it. Now I have the Nars Laguna bronzer, which I love this stuff. I don't know why I still have the little paper in there. I've been really good about getting rid of stuff like that so that I don't just have unnecessary stuff hanging around that drives me nuts. Every time I open it up, it falls out, you know? Like, why do that? We do weird things, us humans, you know? All right. This is hopefully warming me up some. I'm not gonna try to bother to get up there because you're not gonna see it anyway. But yeah, I think that's helping with the how light my foundation was looking, so that's good. And then for blush, I am going to use the Moira Signature Ombre Blusher, you guys, in Morning Sunshine. So beautiful. I love the embossing they do. Please ignore my nails. This is the first time my nails have been short since like last September, I think. But I had my polish or my gel polish off and I was doing something and I busted my one thumbnail and I'm like, nope, once one goes, they all go. So that's what I did. I'm gonna kind of stick down in this pinky area, but I think in this little area here is where I'm gonna go. Now this stuff is no joke when it comes to pigmentation, so we are gonna be real careful with it because it can go awry real dang quick. That's one thing, like some people maybe really like a very pigmented kind of a blush. I prefer all of my products to be things that you work up or build up rather, because then you don't have that, like you're trying to get ready to go somewhere and you make a mistake that you're like, great, I don't have time to fix this, you know, like no one wants to deal with that. So I would much rather have things that you build up, which is why I don't reach for these very often. But again, too, in knowing that you're more aware and you know, are careful when you go to put it on. So that makes a difference. But, you know, as far as something that you just want to grab and quickly do and not have to put that much thought into it, I would not say these are that. But they are very pretty. So as long as you are paying attention and, you know, doing things in a non-crazy way, then you're good. And that also is giving some good life and color back to my face. Then for highlight, I have the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Lunch Money. And I'm going to go ahead and use my fingers for that. I usually put it on with my fingers and then kind of just run a brush over to help smooth things out. It's another one that, like, you kind of need to be a little more aware when you're applying it so that it doesn't go awry, at least in my opinion. I'm very used to obviously doing the Essence Pure Nude highlight, which is just so effortless. Like, it's like you don't have to worry about it doing something you don't want it to do. And again, it's a very buildable product, so I definitely appreciate the buildable, but I also appreciate the, like, this is beautiful. It's just I have to apply it a little differently than I do my Essence. So again, that's the fun of Shop My Stash though, because it's getting me to pull stuff out and use it and have fun with it that I haven't been reaching for, because I've just been reaching for the quick, you know, tried and trues of my collection. But that's boring. I have a big collection because I'm excited and I want to switch things up and I love makeup, so it doesn't make sense to keep using the same things. Now, it did for taking it to camp and stuff, like that just made sense for where I was and the amount of time I wanted to put into putting on makeup and that kind of stuff. But other than that, whew, this wig is making me hot. Okay, I think for my brows, because I've got this wig on, I'm actually just going to give them a little zhooshing, you know. Actually, I'll go ahead and put, I'm not going to use the pencil at all. I'm not doing it. But I will go ahead and use this NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Brunette and go ahead and just kind of add a little bit to them. But I'm not filling in with pencil. Not doing it. Brows are by far my least favorite step in makeup because I feel like, well, for one, I just don't think it's fun to do. Some people do. But also, I feel like every time I look at pictures and stuff of me, I'm like, ugh, I hate the way my eyebrows look. I can't figure out what to do with them. I don't know if I ever will. So, yeah, definitely not my favorite. But, okay, now we are going to get back into these eyes and finish them up. And so I'm going to just use this other, like, little pencil brush end of this Girl Boss brush, and I am going to use that same Moneymaker shade and just run that underneath the lower lash line. For the inner corner, I'm just going to go in this Socialite shade down here. It's slight shimmer, like champagne-y color. Another fun thing, besides having family hangout time. Okay, for one thing, I'm so ready for fall. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, I just ordered some fall scents for my diffusers, and oh, I can't wait. And I am actually making a dessert to take to my mom and dad's on Saturday, and it's definitely pumpkin. I'm like, I am just ready for all things fall, so I'm getting into it, and you know, that's just the way it is. So yeah, super fun there. So like I said, Saturday we're gonna spend the night there. We always like play games and do stuff. My parents have like shuffleboard in the basement. I'm not talking about the old people kind with sticks. I'm talking about the kind, you know, where it's a table that you have the pucks and you know, there's like the sand stuff on it and whatever. We grew up playing that because my parents owned a bar, restaurant, hotel when I was younger, and we had that there, so we used to play it all the time. So they have that in their basement, so we usually have like family tournaments doing that. They have their pond, so the kids will be swimming, and we'll all just be hanging out and playing games and doing whatever. So I am very excited to go do that. And then on Sunday, my sisters and I are going to get our sister tattoos. So we've been waiting for this now for a little over 2 months. The artist who did my tattoo here is who we're going to. And he books, like, you're like at least 2 months out, because he's really good at what he does. So he's got full books all the time. And so we've been super excited waiting for this. So by the time you see this, because that's the 28th, you're going to see this way after that. So I'll already have it at that point, and you'll be seeing it in a video at some point, because obviously I'll be showing you because I'm super excited about it. Don't get a tattoo if you're not super excited about it. And yeah, so I can't wait for that. All right, now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to tight line my upper lash line with the Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil in But First Espresso, so just a dark brown. And then in my waterline, I'm going to use this Colourpop Bambi pencil in Raindrops. So it's like this kind of pinky color. And then I'm going to put, for mascara, I'm going to use the Ciate London Triple Shot XXL mascara that's in my Shot My Stash. And then we will come back and we'll do lips together, because I didn't pick out a lip. We'll talk about that in a second. All right. Okay, eyes are done. I'm smiling because I know I have a very happy son right now. My youngest got his first job in the summer. He's 16, and he has been saving up to get a new PlayStation 5. And his PlayStation 4 died a long time ago. And so he hasn't had one for a long time. And he knew he wanted to save up for that. But then after that, all of his money is being saved for a car. So he is very excited because it just arrived. And so I can hear him in there ripping things open. So I'm excited for him. But yeah, okay. As far as lips, what I was going to say was I did not pull specific products for Shop My Stash as far as lip products, because I'm a gloss girl, as you all know. I kind of reach for the same things all the time. Now, obviously, the point of Shop My Stash is to use things that I don't typically use, but I knew it would be better for me to just, in my mind, go, okay, don't grab for your regular glosses. Once you do a look, grab for something else, because it's too hard for me. I'm not great with like matching lip colors to eye looks and stuff, and so for me to just grab a handful of certain colors and throw them in, it might totally not work with what my eye looks end up being. So I decided not to do it that way. But I'm going to go ahead and use this L'Oreal Color Riche. It's number 980 Rebel Rouge. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lips. Okay, and then over top of that, I'm going to use this Moira Glow Getter Hydrating Lip Oil, and this is in Champagne Kiss, but it has a little bit like of a pinkiness to it, and so I thought that would be pretty over top. And since this is like a matte, right? Yeah. Does it say? It doesn't say, but a little more of a matte formula. I like to have something a little slippy over top of it, so I'm going to put this on my finger and then put it on my lips so that I don't get it all over the wand. Okay, I kind of concentrated it to the middle of my lips instead of going all the way out to the edges. So it just gives a little more of like a plumpy kind of look. And so this is my finished look. So let me come up close and show you the eyes. It's a very simple eye look, well, as you know, because it was like 2 matte shades. And then the liquid shimmer powder just in the middle. I said a halo eye. I wouldn't call it quite a halo eye, but you know what I mean. But the shimmer is just very simple. It's just but I feel like it's a little more of like a smoky with the darkness of the brown and that. And then you just get that little bit of shimmer. And I love those liquid shimmer powders. They're easy to blend out. Like I said, I do one eye at a time so that you can move it. And I kind of do it like in a padding, dragging motion instead of like just dragging. And yeah, oh, my eyelash is going awry because this mascara it's like a fiber mascara. So I had a little fiber that was not cooperating. But my skin, I feel like looks pretty good now that the, and I didn't even spray. I didn't even spray setting spray on my face, but my oils are starting to do their magic, and what looked dry is starting to look not as dry. And so that looks pretty good. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the lip color that I chose? I feel like it goes well with it. Of course, I could have done something a little lighter and, you know, kept it that way if I wanted, but that's what I typically do. So I was trying not to do what I always do. But yeah, so I really like this look. I'm feeling the wig. It's just fun. And I just wanted to really get into these products and play with them because I haven't gone anywhere lately. And I'm like, I just picked all these products out to start using and I haven't even gone anywhere and like put makeup on. So it just seemed like a good time to just do it at home and have some fun with it. And I was just feeling recording. And so I might do another one of these random at-home videos because, or I guess they're not that random. That's typically what I do anyway. But I mean, as far as like not actually getting ready to go anywhere, just doing it at home because I feel like it. And then because I really want to get into my Love for Sale palette that's in my Shop My Stash, and this Kara You Had Me at Aloha palette. So those are the other 2 palettes besides the Girl Boss that are in my Shop My Stash for this rotation. And so yeah, I might just bust out another, but I am coloring my hair tomorrow, so I will probably have my own hair on my head. I mean, my hair is still on my head, but there's not that much of it. So yeah, but I thought it was fun to do the wig and do my makeup like this. So let me know what you guys think of the look. And I thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun with this like I did. And I'm so excited to go hang out with my mom and dad and sisters and all my nieces, and for my sisters and I to go get our tattoos. I cannot wait. So yeah, so of course that will be coming up soon. You'll be seeing it. So so yeah. All right. I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.